Waking up at 3 a.m., not once, not twice, but almost every night. If you're an older adult, this isn't just a fluke, it's a pattern, and it's more common than you think. You lie there, staring at the ceiling, wondering why your body refuses to let you sleep through the night. You're not alone. Millions of men and women over 50 experience the same thing, and there's a reason behind it. Actually, there are several. Some are physical, some are mental, others are lifestyle-based, but all of them matter, and none of them should be ignored. This isn't just about sleep. It's about your health, your longevity, your mental clarity, your strength, your future. Sleep is the foundation of everything, yet it's the first thing to fall apart as we age. And when you keep waking up at the exact same time, 3 a.m., it's not random. Your body is trying to tell you something. Whether it's a hormone imbalance, chronic stress, liver function, blood sugar issues, or even unresolved emotional tension, your 3 a.m. wake-up call might be the warning sign that your system is out of sync. This video isn't about quick fixes or fluffy sleep hacks. It's about getting to the root of why older adults are being robbed of deep restorative sleep and what you can do about it starting tonight. We're going to look at how your body changes after 50, the connection between mental health and midnight wake-ups, how to physically reset your internal clock, and even how your financial worries or retirement stress could be behind your sleepless nights. This is about taking control. Because you're not too old, you're not too late, you just need answers and action. Let's get into what's really happening when you wake up at 3 a.m. and more importantly, how to fix it. 1. The aging body clock. Why your circadian rhythm shifts after 50. You used to sleep through the night, 8 hours, no problem. But now, at 50, 60, or 70, you're wide awake at 3 a.m. What changed? The answer starts with your circadian rhythm. This is your body's internal clock. It regulates sleep, wake times, hormone release, digestion, and body temperature. And yes, it naturally shifts as you age. As you get older, your body produces less melatonin, the hormone that tells your brain it's time to wind down and fall asleep. Melatonin is released in response to darkness, but the aging brain doesn't respond to that signal as effectively anymore. That means you fall asleep earlier in the evening, and often wake up earlier too. This is why older adults tend to become morning people even if they weren't before. But the shift doesn't always stop at waking up at 6 a.m. It often pushes into the middle of the night, causing consistent wake-ups at 3 a.m. or even earlier. Another factor, your sleep architecture changes. Older adults spend less time in deep, restorative sleep, slow-wave sleep, and more time in lighter sleep stages. This means that noises, temperature changes, or even slight discomfort can jolt you awake more easily. And once you're up, it's harder to get back to sleep because the body isn't cycling through the deep phases of rest like it used to. Also, as we age, cortisol, the stress hormone, rises earlier in the night. This can cause a spike in alertness around, you guessed it, 3 a.m. Combine this with blood sugar fluctuations and body temperature regulation issues, and it's no wonder you're waking up consistently in the middle of the night. But here's the good news. Your circadian rhythm is not fixed. You can train it. It starts with consistency. Go to bed and wake up at the same time every day, even on weekends. Expose yourself to natural light in the morning. Limit blue light from phones and TVs at night. Eat your last meal at least 3 hours before bed. Avoid alcohol. It disrupts sleep cycles. and make your bedroom pitch black and slightly cool to encourage deeper sleep. And don't skip physical movement during the day. Moderate exercise, even a 30-minute walk, can help reset your internal clock. Physical activity promotes better melatonin production at night and lowers cortisol levels. But avoid intense workouts late in the evening, as they can actually delay sleep onset. Finally, talk to your doctor about melatonin supplements, but be cautious. A low dose, 0.3 milligrams to 1 milligram, is often more effective than the high-dose ones you see on shelves. Taking too much can throw your system off even more. Your 3 a.m. wake-up call isn't just about aging, it's about adapting. You can't stop time, but you can work with your body, not against it. Fixing your circadian rhythm isn't about doing one big thing. It's about doing several small things consistently. Because when you understand your body's clock, you stop fighting it. And that's when real sleep and real recovery can begin. 2. Hidden health issues that trigger 3 a.m. wake-ups. If you're consistently waking up at 3 a.m., it's not just your aging circadian rhythm at play. Sometimes your body is sending out red flags about hidden health problems, and ignoring those signals can lead to bigger issues down the line. Your sleep is more than just rest. It's your body's overnight status report. When it gets disrupted at the same time every night, there's usually a deeper cause. Let's start with blood sugar imbalances. One of the most overlooked reasons older adults wake up in the middle of the night is due to low blood sugar, or what doctors call nocturnal hypoglycemia. If you've eaten a carb-heavy dinner or consumed alcohol late in the evening, your blood sugar spikes. But once insulin kicks in and the sugar drops too low in the middle of the night, your body releases adrenaline and cortisol to bring it back up. That hormone rush can jolt you awake suddenly, often around 3 a.m., leaving you anxious, sweaty, or even with a pounding heart. Then there's sleep apnea, especially common in older adults. This condition causes your breathing to pause during sleep. These brief interruptions often occur multiple times an hour, and while you might not fully wake up every time, it fragments your rest. But when the apnea is more intense, or if your oxygen drops low, you may fully wake, often between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. If you snore loudly, gasp for air, or feel exhausted during the day despite a full night's sleep, you need to get tested. Sleep apnea is linked to heart disease, diabetes, stroke, and cognitive decline. Chronic pain and inflammation also become bigger players as you age. Conditions like arthritis, sciatica, or fibromyalgia can flare up at night. Why? Because your body naturally suppresses inflammation during the day thanks to cortisol. But at night, cortisol drops and inflammation can rise, triggering pain and discomfort around, you guessed it, 3 a.m. Even subtle aches can wake you from lighter sleep stages and keep you tossing and turning. Mental health is another major player. Anxiety and depression don't always show up as sadness or worry. In older adults, they often appear as disrupted sleep. Waking up in the early morning hours with racing thoughts, a sense of dread, or a clenched jaw could point to unresolved mental stress. If you're going through life changes like retirement, loss, illness, or loneliness, your brain might be over-processing in the quiet hours when there's nothing to distract you. And don't overlook your bladder health. As you age, the bladder loses elasticity and can't hold as much urine. Conditions like benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH, in men, or overactive bladder in women often lead to nighttime awakenings. If you're waking at 3 a.m. to use the bathroom, it may seem harmless, But poor sleep adds up fast and impacts your memory, mood, and immune function. The key takeaway? That 3 a.m. wake-up may be your body trying to get your attention. Do not ignore it. Track your sleep patterns, take note of symptoms, and speak to a health professional. You may think it's just age, but in many cases, there's something real and fixable happening beneath the surface. Addressing it could dramatically improve your energy, your mood, and your quality of life. 3. Mental and emotional patterns that disrupt sleep. Waking up at 3 a.m. isn't always physical. In fact, for many older adults, it's psychological. When the house is quiet and the world is still, your mind gets loud. This is the hour your unresolved thoughts, fears, and regrets come out to play. If you find yourself staring at the ceiling at 3 a.m. with your brain spinning, you are not alone, and it's not just in your head. These emotional patterns are deeply rooted and powerful. Let's talk about rumination, the act of overthinking. As we age, we accumulate more memories, more regrets, and more worries about the future. You start questioning the choices you've made, wondering if you did enough, or worrying about your health, your finances, your children, or even your purpose. During the day, distractions help you push these thoughts aside. But at night, when your mind is unguarded, they resurface, often around that same early hour. This mental replay disrupts your ability to fall back asleep because your brain moves into alert mode, trying to solve problems that can't be fixed at 3 a.m. Another big culprit? Unprocessed grief and trauma. Aging brings loss of loved ones, roles, mobility, and freedom. Sometimes you think you've moved on, but your body hasn't. Research shows that trauma and grief often manifest in disrupted sleep, particularly in early morning awakenings. Your brain is trying to emotionally detox, but without the right outlet, like therapy, journaling, or even open conversations, those feelings get trapped, creating a loop that kicks in nightly. Then there's the fear of mortality. It's a topic many avoid, but for older adults, it's a silent mental burden. You might not say it aloud, but thoughts of death, illness, and running out of time can create a subconscious anxiety that peaks when you're alone in the dark. You feel this as restlessness, shallow breathing, or a sense of unease when you wake up. It is your psyche's quiet cry for peace and resolution. Also, be aware of identity loss. Many seniors experience a shift in how they see themselves after retirement or when the kids are grown. You're no longer the provider, the boss, or the caretaker. This loss of structure can lead to existential questions that surface in the middle of the night. Without a clear sense of purpose, your sleep becomes fragmented by the weight of unanswered questions. And do not underestimate loneliness. It's not just about being physically alone. It's about emotional disconnection. Even people in long-term relationships can feel isolated. Studies confirm that loneliness is directly linked to insomnia, especially early morning wake-ups. When the mind craves connection and doesn't get it, it interrupts your rest. That 3 a.m. hour becomes a space of longing for comfort, closeness, or clarity. Here's what you need to understand. Mental and emotional health is just as critical to sleep as diet or exercise. If your mind isn't at ease, your body will not rest. You can't fix this with a pill or a new pillow. It takes daily practice, meditation, mindful breathing, talking to a counselor, spending time with people who truly see you, or even taking time to rediscover your passion or purpose. Healing your sleep means healing your inner world. And once you start working on that, waking up at 3 a.m. might just become a thing of the past. 4. lifestyle factors, and daily habits that affect sleep. The choices you make throughout your day directly impact your sleep at night, especially when it comes to waking up at 3 a.m. Small habits you may not think twice about are sabotaging your rest. Let's break down some common lifestyle factors that can leave you wide awake when you should be asleep. First, consider your daily activity levels. Physical activity is essential to good sleep, but as we age, many adults become less active, either due to physical limitations, fatigue, or a lack of motivation. When you're inactive during the day, your body doesn't burn off the energy needed to fall into a restful sleep. What's worse, inactivity increases cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone, which keeps your mind alert at night. Without enough physical exertion, your sleep quality suffers, and waking up early becomes a frequent pattern. Try incorporating gentle exercises like walking, swimming, or yoga into your daily routine to help balance your energy. Next up is caffeine consumption. Many people enjoy their morning coffee or afternoon tea without realizing the long-lasting effects it can have on their sleep. Caffeine is a stimulant, and its half-life can last for hours, sometimes up to 8 hours in some individuals. So if you're drinking coffee or any caffeinated beverage in the late afternoon or evening, it could be contributing to that early wake-up call. Even if you can fall asleep, caffeine messes with your sleep cycles, causing you to wake up in the middle of the night. The fix? Switch to decaffeinated drinks after 2 p.m. or experiment with herbal teas that promote relaxation, like chamomile or lavender. Then there's screen time. As technology becomes more embedded in our lives, it's easy to forget how much blue light from screens interferes with our sleep. The blue light emitted from phones, tablets, and TVs signals to your brain that it's still daytime. It suppresses the release of melatonin, a hormone responsible for sleep. Without melatonin, your circadian rhythm gets thrown off. This is especially problematic for older adults who may already have a weakened ability to produce melatonin. Limit screen time, particularly 30 minutes to an hour before bed. Instead, adopt a calming evening routine, reading a book, meditating, or taking a warm bath. Another factor that affects your sleep is alcohol consumption. Although alcohol may help you fall asleep initially, it disrupts your sleep cycles once you're in a deeper stage of rest. It reduces REM sleep, which is crucial for emotional regulation, memory consolidation, and overall restfulness. As a result, the second half of your sleep may be more fragmented, leading to that 3 a.m. wake-up time. If you're using alcohol as a sleep aid, you may be making your problem worse in the long run. Aim to cut down or avoid alcohol in the hours leading up to bed for better sleep quality. Let's not overlook nutrition. What you eat and when you eat it plays a significant role in your ability to sleep through the night. Eating heavy meals late in the evening can cause indigestion, which keeps you up. Foods high in sugar or refined carbohydrates trigger spikes in blood sugar, followed by crashes that lead to waking up in the middle of the night. On the other hand, eating a small balanced snack before bed, think something with protein, healthy fats, and complex carbs, can help maintain stable blood sugar levels and prevent those 3 a.m. wake-ups. Lastly, sleep environment is often neglected, but essential. If your bedroom isn't conducive to rest, you'll likely struggle with fragmented sleep. Keep your room cool, dark, and quiet. Invest in a comfortable mattress and pillows. Sound machines or earplugs can help drown out noise if you live in a noisy area. Even subtle disruptions like a blinking light or the wrong bed linens can prevent your body from relaxing fully. Sleep doesn't just happen, It's a byproduct of the lifestyle you create. If you're dealing with early morning awakenings, it's time to assess the factors in your day-to-day routine. Change them, and your sleep and life will improve. 5. The psychological and emotional factors behind 3 a.m. wake-ups. When we talk about waking up at 3 a.m., it's not just about what's happening physically with your body. Your mind plays a huge role too. Psychological and emotional factors are often the silent contributors to those early morning wake-ups, and understanding them is key to solving the problem. One significant factor is stress and anxiety. If you're someone who's constantly worried about the future, work, health, or personal relationships, these thoughts tend to creep in during the night, disrupting your sleep. Stress is a natural part of life, but when it becomes chronic, it can severely affect your sleep patterns. As anxiety peaks at night, your body enters a fight-or-flight response, keeping you awake. Even if you fall asleep, your mind remains on high alert, making it harder to stay asleep. The result? You wake up at 3 a.m. with your mind racing, unable to calm down. One powerful solution is mindfulness and relaxation techniques. Practicing meditation before bed or deep breathing exercises can be incredibly effective in calming your nervous system and quieting the mind. Techniques like progressive muscle relaxation, where you slowly tense and release each muscle group, can also reduce the physical tension built up throughout the day. Creating a mental boundary between the stresses of the day and the time you sleep will help you let go of anxiety and create a clearer separation between your waking life and resting hours. Another psychological factor at play is negative thought patterns. Thoughts like, "I'm never going to get enough sleep," or "I have too much on my plate tomorrow," can trigger anxiety, making it harder for you to fall back asleep once you wake up. These thoughts keep you mentally active, preventing you from entering deeper stages of sleep. If these patterns are familiar, it may be time to challenge them. Journaling can be an excellent outlet for offloading your concerns before bed. Writing down your thoughts and planning the next day can help clear your mind and reduce the chances of waking up at 3 a.m. with racing thoughts. Depression is another emotional factor that can lead to fragmented sleep. One of the lesser-known symptoms of depression is early morning awakenings. Those dealing with depression often experience a lack of energy during the day, but an inability to maintain sleep at night. This can result in waking up too early, feeling restless, and unable to get back to sleep. If you've noticed that your mood is lower and your sleep is affected, it's important to address the root cause, whether it's by seeking professional help, engaging in physical activity, or utilizing therapeutic techniques like cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT. Additionally, there may be a fear of not being in control of your health or life. As we age, a fear of losing control can take center stage. This fear can manifest in our sleep patterns, often leading to a sense of urgency or worry when we wake up at night. These psychological issues might not always be immediately visible, but they could be keeping you up. The best way to address this is by gaining a sense of control in other areas of your life, whether it's through practicing self-care, organizing your day better, or setting boundaries. By creating a stronger sense of self and agency, you can mitigate the underlying psychological drivers of waking up at 3 a.m. Lastly, social isolation can have an enormous impact on sleep. As we get older, many people experience feelings of loneliness, which can be exacerbated at night when the distractions of the day fade away. This emotional isolation can lead to restlessness and disrupt sleep. If this resonates with you, reaching out to family, friends, or even joining community groups can provide a sense of connection and support. Sometimes, simply having someone to talk to can take the weight off your mind and help you relax into a more restful sleep. Your mind plays a vital role in your sleep, and waking up at 3 a.m. often has less to do with your body's needs and more to do with your emotional and psychological health. By recognizing these factors, you can take proactive steps to address the root causes, leading to better, uninterrupted sleep. Waking up at 3 a.m. is more than just a sleep disturbance. It can be a sign of underlying physical, mental, or emotional factors that deserve your attention. From age-related changes in sleep patterns to stress, anxiety, or even depression, understanding why this happens can help you take control of your health. By improving your lifestyle, managing stress, and adopting good sleep hygiene, you can restore your sleep and improve your overall well-being. Addressing these issues head-on will not only help you sleep better, but also enhance your quality of life, giving you the energy and vitality you need each day.